you have come to the place where you can learn to harness the power of intention, to create subconscious beliefs that serve you, and to gain insights that allow you to create a life, personally and professionally, that you desire. This is the place where you leverage your subconscious mind and design your destiny. Join me now, your host, Penny Chason. Hello, my joyful souls. How are you today? I wanted to throw something different at you today. Well, not literally throw at you, but give you something to think about. We always chat about and talk about awareness, our thoughts, how our subconscious can sometimes run us. And periodically, I mentioned some different things that you can do in those individual episodes. But today I wanted to talk to you about the 5 things that I do to have more joy. Now, I mentioned in a previous episode about the laws of polarity and manifestation or law of attraction, and how we really don't want our moods to swing greatly in any direction. But that doesn't mean we can't be joyful, because anytime we swing to the extreme in one emotion, we're going to snap back in the other direction. And when we want to stay in a place of peace, to stay in a place of joy and happiness, it doesn't mean we have to be there 100% of the time. But it is a nice place to stay. Because, when we're in that place of joy, we're open to possibility, things flow, we feel good about receiving, and life just moves at a different pace. Now, I've spoken many times about awareness, and I've mentioned more than once that awareness is always the first step. When you notice that your mood is less than what you would desire it to be, so say you're going through your day and you don't necessarily feel overly happy, but you don't necessarily feel sad. It's just kind of a meh kind of day. And you would like to feel a little more excited about your day and upbeat. Well, there are a few things that you can do. Just because you're not feeling happy doesn't necessarily mean that you're feeling sad. But your mind is processing subconsciously in a way that it's generating emotion. And there are a lot of things that you can do to shift that state, because remember, our mind processes everything that happens and it puts a meaning on it. And that meaning within the subconscious mind generates an emotion, and that emotion creates a feeling within our body. That's why we often say, I feel good or I feel bad, because we physically feel our emotions in our body. One of my first go-tos in shifting my state to happiness or joy is whatever it is that I'm doing, I find a way to connect with gratitude for that moment. And to not just say, oh yeah, I can be grateful that the weather was nice today for me to drive down to the office. It's one thing to say it, it's another to feel it and say, you know what, yeah, it was really nice. The weather was nice, the sun is shining, it's not too hot. And in the state of the world that we're in right now, it was nice to drive by the reservoir and see that there are people outside with their families enjoying their day in a safe way. So that's what I mean by gratitude. Find something that you can connect with the feeling. Now, sometimes if I really don't feel that I can connect with that feeling, what I will do is just think of something that was super pleasant, a memory with my children or with my mother, or something that I went and did, or maybe even the day I got married. Well, think of something really pleasant and close my eyes for a few seconds and reconnect with that moment. Reconnect it, and for just a few seconds, relive it mentally. That creates a change in your emotional state in the brain, which creates a release of chemicals that generates a pleasant feeling. You feel happy. Every single thought that we have, I've mentioned this to you before, that every single thought that we have results in an emotional response, good or bad. This is why when we're thinking negative thoughts, we need to shift our way out of it, because those negative chemicals affect our stress state, they affect our body, and they affect our health. But let's get back to the fun of joy. We'll save that for another episode. One of the other things that I love to do is to put on a great song. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. I drive a Ford Explorer. Why do I drive a Ford Explorer? Because when I have a car, I'm a speed racer, okay? And one of my favorite things to do when I used to work the night shift is I would put the windows down in the car, I would open up the sunroof, and I would put on the remastered version of Tina Turner singing Proud Mary. Now, to me, I sounded like an award-winning singer. I'm sure no one else who could hear me would probably think that, but I would literally belt that song out from the bottom of my lungs. It doesn't matter what you sing, but when you sing and you're really getting into it and enjoying the singing, the vibration of the vocal cords activates your vagus nerve, which causes a chemical release of endorphins and serotonin in the brain. It literally shifts your mood. It can literally reverse a depressed mood. So singing is great. You can put on music and dance, move your body. When we move our body, when we exercise, we get a release of endorphins. So again, you can dance and move around. And it's time to share one of the things I enjoy very much. I don't do it often enough, but when I can't seem to shake any feelings that I dislike, or if I simply just don't feel grounded, I will take a walk if it's not muddy, or I'll get on the four-wheeler and I will ride out to where the cows are. Yes, I'm a country girl. Yes, I have a farm. It's not some big fancy ranch. It's just a little down-home rural farm. And we have more than a couple of dozen cattle. And they all have personalities and they have names. If you've ever been on my Facebook feed, periodically you'll see we've got Kanga and Roo and Princess Leia and Princess Anna and George and Bumper. And I forget the names of the rest of them. I think we've got milk chocolate, dark chocolate, Cocoa Puff. Anyway, they all have personalities, and some of them let you pet them. Others just take a step back and look at you kind of funny. But if you have a piece of bread with you, they're more than happy to eat that piece of bread. But the ones that just to be around their energy, they're just such gentle giants because my husband has raised them to be that way. They're just nice, easy to be around their energy. It's very grounding. It's very peaceful. And you can just really appreciate life. So, if you have a pet, spend time with your pet. If you don't have a pet, if you can get outside, take a walk, appreciate the sounds of the birds in the trees or the squirrels along the ground. I just enjoy being around animals and that energy. It's very grounding. If you're like most people that I have worked with, either in group or one-to-one, then most likely you are someone that seeks out journaling opportunities, yoga, meditation to create a sense of calm and peace in your life. What if I told you that there is a practice that not only allows you to introduce peace and the sense of calm in your life, but it does so by releasing negative beliefs, recognizing the truths about you, that you are lovable, that there's never been anything wrong with you. all while allowing you to create a deeper connection spiritually, then I'm sure you're going to want to get in on this. So I want you to head over to the website, pennychason.com/release, and get on the wait list now, because the doors are opening soon on Release, Renew, Realign. The other thing that I do is I practice self-hypnosis, and it's not an audio. It's not anything that I listen to. It's not anything that I have to visualize. It's a very specific process that is simple. It is so simple that most of the time when I teach it to people, it takes a little bit for people to recognize just how easy it is, because there's nothing to visualize. You don't have to be able to see anything. That's usually the first question people ask. But this process, if there's anything going on subconsciously, any thoughts running in the background, any patterns that are kind of pulling my mood down, if there's anything there that's less than positive, it's going to clear that out. If I'm just having a ho-hum kind of day, then the process in and of itself raises the vibration of those everyday thoughts. So if I'm just thinking, oh, I need to go get milk and eggs, and maybe I need to make a list to do this, and this little thing over here needs doing, and I'm not necessarily dreading it or frustrated about it, I'm just not upbeat. This self-hypnosis can take those ordinary everyday thoughts and can raise your vibration. It can raise your mood. It can elevate your emotional state. And when you're finished, you've kind of reconnected with, well, not even kind of, you have. Each time you practice, you reconnect with this sense of self-love, this sense of knowing that the way that you show up in the world is good enough, and just how powerful we are. That's right, how powerful we are. We are powerful because of one reason. We have free will, and that means that we get to choose. And that's what I love about the process the most. And it never ceases to amaze me how easy it is to connect with those energies and feelings of love and compassion and gratitude and joy through that process. I have many, many clients who have made this a non-negotiable part of their day, because once we've done the one-on-one work, it just creates a way that they can maintain all of the changes that they've created in their life, and to stay in that place of focus and presence and joy. And they just wouldn't have it any other way. So those are the things that I do to have more joy. I find a way to connect with something I can be grateful for in any situation, or tap into a past memory that's really happy or joyful. I sing, I dance, I go outside, and I get grounded with the cows. That's right, I know. Not everybody can do that one, but if nothing else, I hope it gave you a great visual and a great laugh. And I practice my self-hypnosis. It's something that I can do for 2 to 3 minutes anywhere, anytime, and quickly and easily shift my mood. I hope that you have a great day, a great week, and I will see you next time, my joyful souls. Bye now. Thanks for tuning in today. I would love it if you would head over to iTunes and leave a positive review about how this episode has helped you to improve your life. When you leave a positive review, it helps us to reach even more people, helping them to change their lives, and that positive energy and vibration of sharing comes back to you as we spread the message of how you can use the power of intention, creating stronger subconscious beliefs, and raising our vibration to create the life that we desire, the one that we're here to truly live, so that we can fulfill our purpose in life. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.